Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. As you guys saw in the last mourning gecko video, I have these two mourning geckos, Thelma and Louise. I got them as babies and made this nice little tank for them, and now they aren't so much babies anymore. They're full-grown adult geckos, and as of a few months ago, they laid their first eggs, which have now hatched. So I'm going to take you guys through that journey of the adult mourning geckos to eggs to baby mourning geckos, which is super exciting, and I'm excited for some more babies in the future. All right, so first off, I noticed that they were carrying eggs in their abdomen. You can see those two white dots basically filling up their stomach. They each carry 1 to 2 eggs. The one on the right has got 2 eggs, and the one on the left was carrying 1 egg, and she actually laid her egg first. So mourning geckos are very, very special. Both my mourning geckos are female. In fact, pretty much all mourning geckos are female, and they reproduce through a process called parthenogenesis, where they self-clone, and their children are identical copies genetically of the parents. And you know, there's a few organisms that do this, and one of the things that makes mourning geckos really unique is that they still have to be in communities, groups, pairs to exhibit this behavior. So they still go through the mating rituals that a lot of other geckos do. They do tail nipping, stuff like that, but they still reproduce entirely asexually. So here I am making a jar for the incoming babies now that the eggs have been laid. I'm mixing sphagnum moss, cocoa fiber, water, and this jar, by the way, is just a used pretzel jar. And I'm gonna add some hardscape. For hardscape, I'm just using cork bark and a stick I found. I'm trying to give them lots of hiding spaces during the day because they are nocturnal and they really like to cozy up during the day. Using some moss for added humidity. And the reason that I made this container is because the babies can be hurt by the adults when they're really, really small, and they can also escape a lot easier because they're so small they can squeeze through grabs. That is a creeping fig plant that I planted, and now I'm adding springtails, which just clean up mold and stuff and keep it healthy. So here is the little girl who just hatched. Look how freaking cute she is. Look how slow she moves. She's eating just some fruit paste off that chopstick, and she is so small she can just squeeze right out of this container. So I knew I had to move her into this grow out container. Here she is. She looks exactly like her mom, which makes a lot of sense because she is genetically identical. And she's ready to go into her temporary enclosure while she grows out a little bit. And this enclosure has been growing in since the egg was laid, so about 100 days. So there's plants everywhere, there's moss, plenty of places for her to hide, which she of course did immediately. But once she got a little bit more comfortable, she's actually been out a lot. And you know, we're taking name suggestions. So if anyone has a name suggestion, please leave it in the comments, because you know, she's very cute, she needs a name. And a lot of people learn about mourning geckos and they say, well, why don't more animals do this? Why don't we all reproduce parthenogenically? And the answer is, you know, when you don't have the genetic variability provided by another parent and you rely solely on genetic mutation, then you end up with a gene pool that is very, very, very similar. And that means that one disease coming through can seriously affect everyone, or a small change in temperature can be very, very bad for a very large population. However, you know, parthenogenesis seems to work great for mourning geckos. They've been able to spread through, you know, Central, South America, the Caribbean, and even Hawaii. So they are very successful, and I'm looking forward to the success of my little growing mourning gecko colony. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I've got 3 more eggs that the adults have laid now, so we're gonna have a nice burgeoning mourning gecko family, so stay tuned for updates on that. Gonna have to build a new tank to house all of them. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and don't forget to leave your name suggestions in the comments.